We want to say good afternoon, evening, night, or whenever it is to everybody. And if my voice is quivering a little bit, it might be because I'm nervous in anticipation. Not only in anticipation, but, we're going to talk about love today. There are all kinds of love, and love is something that affects everybody. And in trying to get myself together for this little intro, I was just thinking about the different kinds of love, agape love and platonic love and romantic love. And love is something that affects everybody. And sometimes we take it for granted. Sometimes everybody experiences love in one way or another. And love is something that excites us. The three different kinds are things that excites us. So I'm a little more than a little happy today to be able to have this show on a play that talks about love. Now let me tell you, the title of the play is Make Time for Love. And then when I first heard the title, I said, that's very interesting. And that's applicable in all forms of love, whether it's platonic or romantic or agape. It's something that we do not need to take for granted. Though we're talking about a specific kind of love today, I think it's important that we all just kind of think about what love means to us in our lives, and that will help us to make a decision that we want to come and see this play, which says Make Time for Love. I'm Alex Habersham, your host for A Call to Action.
A Call to Action.
I'm real happy, and when your environment and your surrounding make you look good, then I'm sure that is something. Not only am I surrounded by young people, I'm surrounded by good-looking people, I'm surrounded by professional people, I'm surrounded by people who have an interest in the community, I'm surrounded by people who can sing, I'm surrounded by people who can act, I'm surrounded by what? Well, let me just get into the show. I have with me the cast and other associated individuals with a play that's coming to the Douglas very soon, and we'll talk specifically about it, called Make Time for Love. Prior to my having the opportunity to meet all of these fine people, it kind of motivated me. Just the title itself. And it really made me kind of think that is love something that I take for granted? If love something that I think that does not need to be nurtured or anything like that? So in thinking about that, I talked to my cousin here, Aaron Little, Lighty. I told you I couldn't pronounce it. Anyway, it's spelled Lytle. At least I know how to spell it. And he's one of the key players in bringing this production to our city. So how is everybody?
Very good.
Great.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, it's good to have you all here. Now I have with me three of the stars. Well, we got 4 stars here. Me and the other. Just kidding. But Aaron is one of the key players in bringing it to our city. So let's get right into it. So first thing that we're going to do is I think I'm going to introduce everybody as I circulate, rather than taking a lot of time with introduction. And we first have Josh McNeil. Josh McNeil, who's one of the actors in the play. Josh, just tell us who you are and the role that you play in the play.
Well, my name is Josh McNeil. I play Mark Reed in the play. And basically Mark Reed is searching for a woman to love and a woman that's going to love him back.
Right.
And not only that, he's searching for a woman that knows what she wants in life.
Oh, okay.
So he's a successful lawyer, and that's pretty much that in a nutshell. He stumbles over that particular female in the play, but y'all guys would have to
come
check
see
it out.
That's
to
right.
get the
Okay.
rest of it.
And we also have with us, sitting on Josh's right, is Miss Stephanie Jennings. So introduce yourself and talk about the role that you play.
Again, my name is Stephanie Jennings, and I play Janae. And Janae is, let's see, she's something else. Janae is, she plays a receptionist, and she is indeed looking for love. and she's willing to do whatever it takes to find that love. And you'll see if you come and check out the play that she goes to the extreme and doing whatever she needs to do to get love and lock it down.
Lock it down.
Good choice of words.
Yeah. Okay, we also have Miss Raquel Grant, who's also one of the actresses. You know, she's a part of the cast. Introduce yourself and tell the role that you play.
Again, I'm Raquel Grant, and I play the role of Shay Jenkins. She's married, going through a divorce from her husband, who is one of the men who takes love for granted. They've had a very rocky 5-year marriage, and she's tired of his unwillingness to be there for her, love her. He wants to go out, stay out all night. So she loves him, but she's fed up. She's at her breaking point.
Okay, now I find that very interesting that we got several elements of love and relationships. We've got this young man, fine young man, you know, who's in the play, and he's kind of looking for love and hoping to stumble over somebody that he thinks he can love. And then we got Miss Stephanie, and she plays the role of Janae, and you know, she thinks she all that and a slice of cake, and I think that we've all I think we've experienced that, and those of us who are, those of you all, I better not say that. Those of you all who are still looking, who are still looking, can kind of appreciate having run across young ladies and females who assume the role of Janae. And then we've got that phenomenal institution of marriage. And so the other day I saw something that said that, you know, half of the people who are married get divorced. But, you know, she said that she wants to try to keep the marriage together and things of that nature. Now I'm going to ask Aaron to just talk about why you became involved in the play and talk about the general overview of the play, although we've had specific roles, and what advantage you think it would be to come and see the play.
Again, I'm Arian Lytle, and I'm just one of the producers on the play. Jack is the playwright. Jack Carter is the one that wrote the play, and he's an excellent playwright, and I don't say that lightly. He's very good. The play is excellent, and one of the reasons why I wanted to be involved in it is because I was very interested in someone showing that as black folks that we aren't myopic in our view of love or anything else. You know, we are just as nuanced in the way we view love and the opposite sex as any other race or culture would be. And I wanted to see that on the stage and played out intelligently. And I think that with all the folks that we've got here, that's kind of what you see, and that's the reason why I wanted to be involved in that, so we could try to get that out on a broader scale, just so that the folks in our community can see ourselves the way we see ourselves at home, but also on the stage in front of an audience. That's so important. Now let's do this. Let's talk about how we all got into acting. Let me tell you what one of my motivations is to serve as inspiration and motivation to young people. You know, particularly brothers, and you could talk about, you know, in your real life, Stephanie, you know, what you're looking for in a person, because we need to try to let our young people know that, you know, you can be professional, you can be good looking, you can have your pants up, you can have an aspiration, and you can have a dream, and it can become a reality. So let's double back and talk a bit more personally about ourselves. But before we do that, this is a call to action.
A call to action.
I'm your host, Alex Habersham, and we are talking about making time for love, because we're talking about a play that's called Make Time for Love. And Make Time for Love is coming to the Douglas Theater on November the 17th, and we're trying to excite everybody to come and see this play, because, you know, we need outlets in our lives. We need outlets. And, you know, I'm sure we got some drama and some fun and some tears and everything that you can name in this play. So we want everybody, she said definitely. we of course have people who think that they are all that. Say definitely again in the play. So we're gonna start with Josh. Josh, talk a little bit about yourself personally, and you can reiterate what role you play, but talk about what kind of led you into becoming an actor, and what kind of aspiration you have, and what do you do until such time that you become the next Denzel.
Okay. Well, basically, I am a singer. That's what I do first and foremost. But I would like to get my hands into any and everything in the entertainment business. So this is just another step for me to get to where I'm going, you know, with my goals in life. But I sing. I've been singing since 4, and that's something that I enjoy doing. It's just, you know, I found out that, you know, you got to make a career out of it, but of course you got to pay the bills and things like that, but I really enjoy doing what I do, so that's pretty much it with that. And, you know, Making Time for Love is basically a play that everybody can, you know, relate to. It's from different perspectives, the male side and the female's perspective, and you're definitely going to have fun, you're going to laugh, it's just different emotions, and you're going to definitely get it from the play. So that's pretty much it about me in a nutshell. But yeah, but I'm actually searching for love as well in real life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right. Hey, watch out now.
Hey, don't say that to me. Be careful what you ask for.
It's like sending out the bat signal.
Now, how about music? Is there a role? Does music have a role in the play?
You would just have to come check that out and see. You probably get a little treat. I don't know at the end or whatnot.
Okay. Well, since you were singing, said come check it out, and since you also said treat, and since you think you can sing,
you should probably sing something. I think that's where we're going.
Yeah. In a minute. Steph?
Well, personally, I got into acting. It's been like a dream deferred since I was a little girl. And, you know, life happens and we kind of push dreams back a bit, and you make money. You get on the grind, and before you know it, you're in your 20s and you're just like, hey, I still haven't lived out my dreams. So this has just been recent for me, a couple of years ago when I finally decided to get back into acting. And I've always been passionate about that because it gives me the opportunity to be whoever I want in front of a camera. You know, you have dreams of wanting to be a ballerina or a gymnast or a fireman or something like that. Well, you can be those things in front of a camera, you know, if given the right script, you know, and the correct and a good writer such as Jack, you can be whatever you want to be. You can transform into any character you'd like. And like I said, it's just been recent for me. In my personal life, I'm single, and yes, I really wouldn't say I'm looking, but I'm available. I'll say that I'm available. And this play really hits home for me because it touches, it hits the life of a single person.
Wow.
You know, and the issues that they struggle with you know, being by themselves and not really having companionship. And I think that is what my character Janae is really seeking after, companionship. And it really hits home for me, as well as from, you know, wow, is this what I have to look forward to, you know, when I get married, you know, with Bobby and Shay's character, as well as not get so caught up in career that you just don't make time for love. Oh. So it's an emotional roller coaster. Right. And we find ourselves backstage like, oh man, like wow, even at rehearsals, we're just like, we tear up, we laugh. Right. It's an emotional roller coaster even for us. Right. So I definitely think the audience would enjoy it.
Thank you very much. Now you've got a very, very phenomenal role, because I'm sure that there are literally thousands of women, you know, and just like she said, that she's very desirable. This is not only men, and I'm glad to hear Josh say that, but I'm sure that there are, you know, just literally thousands of women, some who are married and some who want to get married, who are out there. And I think it's appropriate that we have a play that kind of addresses all of those issues. So talk about yourself personally a little bit, and talk about, you know, the role and what, you know, your character goes through.
Well, I've been acting since I was still about 6, forever since I was little. And I just like, everyone in my family always calls me a drama queen, because I'm a drama queen. And I just love emotions. I love bringing emotions out of people. I love, especially with theater, with stage, you actually get to go through the experience with your audience. You get to hear how they empathize with you and your character and what you're going through and how they can relate to what you're going through. I love to relate to people and connect with people. I love people. So that's what drew me to the play, because it was so well written and so relatable. Jay did a great job with that. And Shay is, she's at a point in her life where she is married, and he's hurt her a lot. Bobby has hurt her a lot, and she wants so bad to hold on to it, but she's so fed up with everything that comes with being married to him. For 5 years, and you haven't gotten it together yet, I've got to make some decisions for me. And I haven't been in a situation where I've never been married, but I've been in a relationship where I'm like, okay, I love you, but just because I love you doesn't mean this is where I need to be.
Wow.
So I have to think about me. I have to make decisions for me. And if that means letting you go, then that's just what I have to do. So that's how I connected to Shay. I've been there as far as not being married, but I've been there in a relationship, in a few relationships.
More than one.
More than one, okay, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Aaron, talk a little bit about when the play began and where it has been produced and how it has been received.
Well, the play has actually been done in Atlanta. We did it at the Balzer Theater, and it was a tremendous success. And I think that a part of that is what Raquel was just talking about. People relate to it. And it's funny for us that are on the behind-the-scenes part of it, and you hear these lines done over and over again, and it almost gets to the point where it's not funny to you or you can't get the emotion out of it. And then the first time that you go and you get it in front of an audience and you hear them laugh where they're supposed to laugh,
right,
or hear them gasp where they're supposed to gasp, and you're going, oh wow. Right. You know, I remember seeing this on paper, you know, and Jack puts these things on paper, and then all of a sudden it comes to life, and these people have lives. And they are telling the truth to say that when they come backstage, that you can see it in them, that they're in that moment. They are that person. You know, I'm married, have been married almost, I'll be married 10 years in May. I'm not going to get that date wrong on camera, by the way. But some of what she was just talking about is you know, is what you'll see happen with folks, where you know, you may have gotten married young, and you know, maybe you're growing, but you're not growing together. You know, the man's going out and he's reading these books, and his wife is going out and she's growing and becoming another person, but they're still in the same house. And I think that in seeing that play out on stage, and also seeing another portion of it that I don't think we talk about enough in our community, is it took them, or her relationship with her husband in the play, to be on the verge of divorce, and have this attorney, you know, talking to them and trying to work out their problems and figure out what they're going to do with that divorce. And they probably could have done that if they had just sat down and talked with someone even prior to talking to a divorce attorney, if they had just had someone there to mediate. And there are these things that we don't do as black folks in our community, where we're not communicating with each other, or we don't bring someone else in to listen to both sides of it, so that we can solve some of these issues.
Let me interrupt you, because I've seen too many instances wherein there has been a need for counseling in relationships, you know. So maybe you're saying that will encourage not only males but females to encourage their significant other. You know, sometimes, you know, speaking of the ethnicity of acknowledging that we have problems, sometimes we as a people are very reluctant, you know, to try to seek some kind of professional help to help us to solve our problems. And I think that that's important, because as you said, if we're not going to give it away, we can't give it away anyway, because it's so large until it'll take us 2 weeks to talk about the whole play, because then you can come and see the play and see it all encapsulated into an activity. So I just think it's important. And the thing that's important to me, and then I want you to just continue where you're going, is that it's relatable. Somebody used that word. and it's applicable, and it deals with real life. You know, we can always learn something. This is not Clairol, you know, and I can still learn something, and we're very interested. Part of the objective of a call to action is just that, you know, disseminate information that in fact will motivate someone to take some kind of action to improve him or herself. And while you're talking, go ahead and talk some about the playwright. You know, let me mention it. Last week, Steph and Brickell and Josh, I had the opportunity to view another play, you know, at the Douglas, which was called Mama's Girls. And it was written by Garrett Davis, and it's a touring play, but it centers around caregiving. You know, it talks about, you know, how, you know, sometimes we all have to give care about these 4 sisters who, in fact, had to come and take care of their mother. And that convinces me even more that these dramas, if you please, or these plays, or these projections can be applied to real life. And it gives you something not only to think about, but it kind of gives us directions as it relates to how we can approach certain situations in life. And I'm going to come back around to everybody so you can talk about that or anything else in a minute. But go ahead.
Well, I think that one of the, and once again, I'll say his name because I want to make sure he gets the shine that he deserves. But Jack Carter, of course, is the playwright, and Jack wrote this play. And, you know, a part of what I do if I get involved with anything is to talk to that person, ask them questions, try to find out what was the basis for this art that they're putting out there. So we've had a lot of long conversations about this play and others and where it comes from. And I think that there is a genuine want on his part to transfer a message to people, to start a conversation. And that's a big deal to us. And each time these things come up, and any opportunity we have to put a play on stage, that's one of the key things I always ask him is, are we going to start a conversation? Is this something that when folks leave the playhouse, that conversation continues in the car? Because there are a lot of things you can do if you have the self-esteem to do it. And some of that self-esteem comes from seeing someone else do it. You know, so maybe we can be leaders of such in putting this on stage and forcing people to have to deal with some of the issues they have in their relationships.
Like
maybe
counseling.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Maybe you need to be in that relationship, you need to work it out, or maybe you're poisoning each other and you should decide to go elsewhere. So there are all types of love, and I think that Jack does an excellent job of making it relatable.
Well, love certainly plays a role in all of our lives, and I think it's important. I think it's very important that we are not only that. I think it's extremely important. So everybody who hears or sees this interview, you know, I want you to call your mama, your grandmama, or call 9 of them, you know, and tell them to, you know, to be a part of this. Because, you know, I was watching, watch me now. I was watching CNN, no, ESPN, and they talked about why play a football game, you know, under the circumstances of Sandy, when all of it just was in New York, when all of these people are hurting, and they said that people need an outlet.
Absolutely.
Oftentimes, when you find yourself in a situation, there is some form or some expression that will help you, that will help one to deal with that. And I'm certain that all of the disciplines, if you please, or the emotions that have been mentioned that are in this play can all be evidence and can help people, you know, to kind of, you know, we don't need to be worried all the time. Everybody needs an outlet, and sometimes you can find yourself in a situation that you can get help. You know, if we can do it from TV, I'm sure that we can do it with, watch me. There's an emotion in Make Time of Love that spreads the gamut of everything that we can be going through. Somebody just talk about that. What you think, Steph?
I definitely
knew you could address it.
I definitely agree. There is so much emotion in this play. that you'll definitely leave the theater. You'll talk about it in your car on the way home, and people are still talking about it now. And it's been like a month since we've been on stage. People are still talking about it. My family, my friends, they text me, they email me, they inbox me on Facebook. They are still talking about it. It's just like, girl, I just cannot believe that Bobby did that to Shay. And I'm just like, oh my, and to think that people still keep us in character. People, we leave that with someone. What we bring to the stage, people take that home. They take Bobby's character home. They take Shay home with them, or Janae, or Mark. They take those, they take that home with them. Wow. Whatever it is that we deliver, they take that home from them. And I can really appreciate the cast with just delivering, and it's so much emotion. We literally bring a piece of ourselves to the stage. There's no other way that we could be this effective. So it's definitely emotionally effective. And I really do. I had a friend to email me and tell me that they have been going to counseling since they came and saw the play and saw Bobby and Shay.
Wow.
And I didn't realize, how much it could help, and that really pushed them to go and do some counseling. So it's definitely emotionally effective.
Okay, now Josh, can you tell us, she's already given her reason as it relates to why people should come and see the play. Give your pitch.
Well, everybody needs to laugh no matter what you're going through, and different circumstances. Like me laughing if I'm going through something, or hard times, or something. If I'm mad or if I'm sad about something, laughing will take your mind off of that, and that's one of the emotions in the play. It's a lot of laughter. So you will get that out of the play, and no matter what you're going through, if you can make it come out, no matter what you're going through, I guarantee you will forget about whatever you're going through in your life, and enjoy the play. So,
Raquel?
Well, I believe that you should come see it if you want something different. Everyone's so well put together.
Wow.
The characters are so well put together in themselves, and it's just if you're going through something, every character in the play, I'm mentally going through each character, I'm sorry. Every character in the play, someone in the audience either knows or is.
Okay.
So if you wanting to find something that you can relate to, if you're going through something, it can help you make decisions in your personal life yourself.
Wow.
And again, help you laugh, help you get over the hard times, this election. If you're wanting a good time, that's why you should come and see the play.
Okay, let's talk about tickets and where it is, and motivate people, and because once they hear it, we want to know that they're going to say, well, where can I get tickets? You talk about that.
Well, they can go to the website. It's www.purposexdesign.com, and the tickets are $18 in advance. We encourage everybody to come out. I promise you that you'll have a great time. I enjoy it, and I've been involved with it and seen it from the back side of it all the way to the front side of it, and I still enjoy watching it. I enjoy watching them. So please come out November 17th at the Douglas at 7 o'clock. Once again, the website is www.purposexdesign.com.
This is a call to action.
Call to action.
I'm your host, Alex Habersham, and proudly reintroducing my guests who have done a phenomenal job of talking about this play, Make Time for Love, which is very, very important, and which has meaning for all of us, and all of us can identify with many of the occurrences and the activities in the play. I have with me Mr. Josh McNeil,
yes,
who plays the role of
Mark
Reed in the play. I also have with me Miss Stephanie Jennings, who plays the role of
Janae Johnson
in the play. I also have with me Miss Raquel Grant, who plays the role of
Shay
Jenkins in the play. And I have with me Mr.
Arian Lytle,
who is the
producer
of the play. So I want to personally, now let me mention something too quickly. Oftentimes you say you don't have anything to do. Well, go ahead and mark November the 17th on your calendar. Not only you come, but tell the senior ministry at your church to come, and the teenage group, and any group that you have. if you're looking for a phenomenal activity with which everybody can identify, then you ought to make time for love by coming to see Make Time for Love. That's at the Douglas Theater. Go ahead and give one more pitch and give
the
a phone
Douglas
number.
Theater, 7 o'clock. It's November the 17th. Also, the website is www.purposexdesign.com. You can also call the Douglas Theater. We've got the cards right here, so let's go ahead.
742 2000
for the Douglas Theater. So please give them a call. They've got tickets there that you can go ahead and order. And please, like as Alex said, please have everybody come out. I really, really think that you'll enjoy it. The whole family will enjoy it, and you'll leave talking about it. And I think you'll leave in a better place.
Mm-hmm. This is a call to action.
A call to action.
I'm your host, Alex Habersham, and my parting words are:
Make time for love.
Make time for love. Have a great day.
www.makingblackpages.com